We're no strangers to booleans. You know the issues and so do I. A non-geometric masking method is what I'm thinking of, and you wouldn't get this from
Take one step at a time with a better masking method.
Delete everything. Add an object you can use. Select your object and give it a material. Note that if you're using Eevee, make sure to set your blend method to anything other than opaque. What you select will change the effect, but for now, let's pick Alpha Clip. Now, in the shader editor, change the principal BSDF node to Emission and add a transparent shader, and hook them both up to a mix shader. If you're new to Blender, note that the factor input will blend or switch between the two shaders, but we want to control how it does it, so make sure Node Wrangler is enabled. And then select the mix shader and hit Ctrl-T. It'll give you a bunch of nodes, but just delete the image node because it's not someone you want in your life right now. Hook the object socket to the mapping node. It'll use an additional object to control the mix factor, but you have no additional object. Curious. So pin the shader and then add an empty. Then let the texture coordinate node refer to the empty so that its heart is filled with purpose in life. I'll call him Bob. Do you see what Bob can do? Now you can run with this, but we want even more control and precision. Add a separate XYZ node, and if you Shift-Control-Click, you'll notice it creates different gradients. Right now, I'll just go with X. Add a color ramp, reduce the gradation, move the ramps just enough so that it follows Bob's orders and masks exactly where he wants the objects to be masked. You can switch to viewing the mix shader to see how it affects the masking. Look at that! Kids really do grow up fast. If you recall, I told you the blend mode will change how it affects the mask. If you pick either alpha blend or alpha hashed and adjust your color ramp, you can create a nice faded effect right off the bat. To control your precision, adjust your mapping node. To control the colors with your masking, get the color ramp to contact the emission shader's agent, a mix RGB node. Bob can be very resourceful. He just needs some experience. Do you remember the mix RGB node? Looks like he needs a side hustle to pay his bills, because that's just how bad our economy is right now. He's good at managing, so let him manage the color ramp node. You can also refer to any other texture node, but I've heard good things about the Musgrave. Play with the settings as you like, and would you look at that? The mix just taught Bob how to be a team player. Time for Bob to get a promotion. Do everything in step 1, but this time, instead of a separate XYZ node, add a gradient texture. Select whatever you want, but I'll go with the quadratic sphere. Bob will be able to spot James Bond. Sometimes less, sometimes more. And there you go. Bob may have started out with an empty heart, but he's only begun to live up to his fullest potential. Be like Bob.